Thought I'll make another shooting board. I've got this one which I've had for a long time. Oops, the thing just fell out. In fact, I'll tell you how old it is. For those, normally I sign these things, but I didn't sign that one. For those that have been following the channel for a while, that is courtesy of Bob. God love him. So that's how long ago I made this shooting board. And I made it specifically for this one, the Veritas shooting plane. When I got this one, I got it right-handed. I don't know why. They make them left-handed. Predominantly, I'm left-handed. Actually, I'm really fortunate because I'm ambidextrous. But I haven't got a left-handed one. So I thought it's about time I made one. And what I'm making it for, specifically, is H&T Gordon's planes. Using these as a shooting plane is brilliant because you knock that up here and then you hold it and you've got this to grab hold of when you're shooting, like that. So it gives you an extra steady. Instead of holding it like this, you've got this extra lever here. So that's what I'm going to do today. I thought I'll make a left-handed shooting board, but I'm going to do it slightly different. There's a lot around there called slope shooting boards. This book, originally written in 1917, they call it an oblique shooting board. So it's a shooting board to allow for oblique planing. How's that? Is that flash or what? It's that one right there. But what I want to do is work you through the steps of how I calculate the slope of the angle and how I work it. First of all, I found this old board and I want to just use hand planes or hand tools on most of this. If I have to, I'll use a machine, but hopefully I can do it all with hand tools. I'm using a board that, as you can tell, is not that wonderful. I'm going to measure down 19 inches. And I've allowed a bit of wastage here. So now I've got that cut to almost length. And I'm going to rip down these lines here, which is going to be a little bit oversized. I'm going to true this up with a plane later on. That's that one, put a little bit more candle on it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll take a split. There you go. We'll clean that up with a hand plane. Have a look which way the grain's going. It's sort of going that way, so I'll put it in the vise here. It's a bit clunky. Most of that's due to the fact that I had that split and I've got this big ridge up here, which I might actually knock off with this one. This is normally a scrub plane, but I just want to get an aggressive cut. 2 or 3 passes. One more for luck. Okay, 2 more for luck then. Pretty good up there too. So now that's square. What I want to do now is flatten this part of the board. I'm leaving this because I've got a known edge, and then I'll work out the width I want this to be here, and I'll plane that down. But at the moment, we'll plane it flat. It's not too bad actually. What you want, if you're going to flatten a board, you want to make sure that the sole of the plane hangs over both ends. Now, the blade is off this end, but I'm still here, so it's going to flatten anything out. I reckon 2 more at the most. Now I'm going to leave that. There's only such a small amount there, which is right there. And what I'll do with that, we'll get that with the smoothing plane. So those of you that watched previous videos when I was setting up the H&T Gordon planes, you'll remember that I've got a rounded edge on this blade. It's just rounded right on the end of the blade. The reason for that is when I go across here, now it's not going to dig in. So I'm going to get nice, even shavings. The thing I love about these planes is you can go this way and it works just as well. And then when you get tired of doing that, you can flip the plane around and go this way. And almost no tear out in either direction. So now I've got to measure how wide I want it and measure it down. So I haven't got much to go actually. I'll put 3 marks on there and we'll join them up. The grain's running this way. I'll put this in the vise. Now I'll get the shooter. And you can hear it cutting a little bit there, and then there's nothing, 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 and then there. That means there's a dip here, and you can see the rough sawn bit. So we'll keep going. And we're nearly there. Because I know this is flat now, I'll just run this plane up there and hopefully it'll take any tear out. So we've got the 2 main parts. We've got the base and we've got the table. Now we've got to work out what angle to put the slope at.